So this is part 2 of just showing you some of the simulations we've got here. We were just talking about electromagnetic induction, and that's when the field lines are cut by a wire. As they're being cut, as this wire is moving, as this magnet is moving, or the coil is moving, then what happens is the field lines get cut, a voltage is set up, and the light bulb lights up. Click on the link to play around with that. That's called electromagnetic induction, and we've got another example of it over here with a generator. This is like the kind of generator that you'd see in a hydroelectric power plant. So we're using water to cause the magnet to move, and this means that the field lines that around the magnet are being cut by this coil as the light bulb lights up. If you study that a little bit more, you'll see why does an alternating current get produced by a generator, but I won't go into that right now. So that's electromagnetic induction used in generators and dynamos. What it means is that we're using we're using magnetism and movement to produce electricity. But we can also do it the other way around. We can use magnetism and electricity to produce movement, and that's what we call the motor effect. So if we look at this example here, if we have a wire with current going through it in a magnetic field, it will feel a force. We call that the motor effect, otherwise known as Lorentz force. And the motor effect can be used, obviously, to make a motor. So the way this motor works is very, very clever, which there's a couple of animations demonstrating it here. And this thing here is called a commutator ring. But in essence, as it rotates, it disconnects the circuit. And the thing to realize is that because of the looping around, the current is going one direction on one side and another direction on the other side. And so on one side, you're going to have an upward force, and on the other side, you're going to have a downward force, or vice versa. And this causes a rotation. And when it moves a quarter turn, it disconnects the circuit and goes back round again. So that's called the motor effect. You can look at it in a little bit more detail by clicking on these and these. The links up there. And that is basically all of electromagnetism in one go. Oh, there was a couple of other things that we could look at, like transformers, the difference between generators, dynamos, and generators and dynamos, and alternators. But these gives you a pretty good start. So we're going to look at we're going to get a couple of videos now to have a look at some of the motor effect in a bit more